I talk a lot about AI, and I thought I'd do a review of a manifestation of artificial intelligence in a consumer product that actually fits on your head. This will be a review and a little bit of education about what the Meta Ray-Ban Gen2 glasses are bringing to the market. So the glasses, I've been wearing them for a couple of days and I've got some feedback. First thing is the back ends of these are a little bit sharp. So when you put them on, I would say spread them a little bit before you put them on your head so it doesn't scrape the back of your ears. And that way it's a lot more comfortable. I've been taking pictures, I've been taking some videos, so I'll put some samples here as I'm talking. You'll see that the pictures aren't bad, the videos aren't bad. You just really need to be conscious when you're taking videos with these glasses. It's just like holding a video camera. You don't want to move your head too much because you'll make people watching that video nauseous. You want to kind of keep your head as stable as possible if you're doing video. Now, I did try language translation. So these glasses have the ability in real time to listen to a Spanish conversation and translate it in your ear as English. So I played a YouTube video in Spanish and it did a pretty good job of translating it to English. Let me see if I can replicate that for you now. So to translate from Spanish to English, I have to say, "Hey Meta, start live translation."
Starting live translation from Spanish to English.
Constantemente haciendo chistes o siendo sarcástica y bueno, eso es parte de mi personalidad. Entonces, cuando hablo en inglés,
Making jokes or being sarcastic, it is part of my personality.
malos, pero
Then when I speak English, for example,
ese un
I notice that I make many bad jokes.
personalidad.
So that's a demonstration of it translating from Spanish to English in real time. You have to be really specific on the commands that you give it in order to do that. And I did have to download a language pack locally to my phone to enable that feature. But I think it's pretty neat. So if you're ever in an environment and you want to understand what other folks are speaking, you have the ability to do that. On the flip side, if I wanted to speak to someone in Spanish, I can ask these glasses to give me the words to speak. I might say something like, "Hey Meta, what are the Spanish words asking how are you?"
To ask, how are you? In Spanish, you can say, ¿Cómo estás? Or, ¿Cómo está usted?
So you can see with these glasses, it's pretty easy to break down language barriers in real time. So that's, I think, a pretty interesting use case. And I think what's most useful about these glasses is the fact that you can use voice commands. So if I want to take a picture, I just say, "Hey Meta, take a picture." Or I can say, "Hey Meta, take a video." So having these Meta glasses is like having AI on top of your head. I did localization with it in the settings so it knows where I am. So for example, if I ask it what the weather is, it should be able to tell me. "Hey Meta, what's the weather like where I am right now?"
In Hillsborough, New Jersey, it is currently sunny and 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's forecast is sunny with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 42 degrees Fahrenheit.
So as you can see, Meta can help me with any questions that I might have. It's having that immediate access to an LLM. Now, the other feature that I like about these glasses, I can use them just as headphones. So I like to listen to a lot of podcasts. So if I want to listen to podcasts, I can just use them as I would any other Bluetooth headset. So if I were to summarize how I'm going to use these glasses, it boils down to these particular areas. One, I'll be taking pictures with it. Two, I will be taking video with it, but I'll remember to keep my head pretty steady because I don't want to make folks nauseous watching those videos. The thing about those videos as well, they're only vertical format. They're not horizontal format. Three, I'll be taking and receiving phone calls from these glasses. I'll be listening to podcasts from these glasses. I might on occasion use the language translation. And finally, this just gives me access to a large language model at any time through voice commands. So that's a pretty interesting use case as well. And this large language model can see, so I can ask Meta to tell me what's going on around me. "Hey Meta, tell me what I'm looking at."
You are looking at a computer monitor and a tablet, possibly in a home office or workspace.
So imagine if you're on vacation and maybe you're looking at this historical structure and you have no idea what it is, you can just ask Meta to tell you what it is and get a little bit more history of your surroundings. So those are the major use cases I think I'll use these glasses for. It's interesting. I always love to play with new technologies, especially around AI. So this is the first AI device outside of the phone that I've actually played with. So it's interesting to see, what the use cases of this will be and how they will evolve. Do you think these compute on your face, this evolution of what before was Google Glass is the future? Interested in your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. Take care.